friends, welcome back to the Otter by Autumn channel. This is Autumn, and here's the otter. Just a couple of months ago, we all heard in the Marvelous Miss Maisel community that they had just wrapped up the 5th season and the final season of Marvelous Miss Maisel, which is very sad, but also very exciting for all of us. So just because I was curious and I just wanted to make this YouTube video, I asked the subreddit Marvelous Miss Maisel, like r/Marvelous Miss Maisel, what were some of their predictions before the trailer came out for the 5th season of what's gonna happen in the 5th season, and did Yins deliver? Thank you. I have a lot of my own predictions, but I really just needed more for this video, and also I'm curious to bounce some off of Yins. Feel free to discuss in the comments below, or bring this over back to their Reddit page so then we can all fight each other to the death. But because of that, thank you everyone who commented on my post on the Marvelous Miss Maisel Reddit page. I really loved all of your responses, even though a lot of them could have been a little silly, but then hey, we need some positivity in this 5th season because we really needed it after that 4th season, let me tell ya. Filming during COVID must have hurt people, jeez Louise. Okay. But alright, before we get into these predictions, if you think you're gonna like this video, just like it. It helps me out a lot. I really want to make more videos like this with media, fashion, a variety channel, if you will. I sit here and talk about whatever I want. And speaking of that, let's get started on all these crazy predictions. Now, I have them sectioned off talking about people, so then we'll start with Midge, because she's the main character, I suppose. She definitely kind of has main character syndrome. I'm not gonna talk about it. I love Midge, don't get me wrong. Alright, some of Midge's season 5 predictions. Midge will wear dozens of gorgeous outfits. I mean, of course. But then, the 1960s are happening to Midge's fashion, so maybe not. I'm just throwing shade on the 1960s, everything's gonna be fine. So I found this person's comment really interesting. It's either gonna be Midge self-sabotaging once again, or she's gonna put her big girl pants on and just make big career moves. Ending the season with a headliner tour, she's about to go off and do that. And just make herself and everyone proud. Finally doing what she's been trying to do this whole time. 5 seasons and she's not even a headliner yet, what the fuck? I mean, it's real life, Autumn. Get it together. I don't know how to feel about a time jump, but then we'll get to the time jump predictions when we get to the general predictions. There will be some sort of time jump and we'll see Midge with a talk show and she's the talk show host, or she's more in the production side of those things and she's using her success to bring people up even farther than her. And that'd be kind of cool because Midge needs to just it's not all about Midge, and so often it's all about Midge. I mean, I get that. She's queen, but then, there's other kingdoms, you know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, that's all the predictions for Midge that, that just involve her, for the most part. Alright, now it's time for Susie's season 5 predictions. Susie will get more clients. I sure hope so. I don't know, I kind of like just the 3 right now. I'm sure if there is a time jump, we'll see even more, but right now, I'm okay with the 3. Someone says, and I kind of think this would be, cool, Susie's money issues will get aired out and Midge will be open to helping her with just books and stuff, being more open and ready to support each other, which I think would be a fun growing moment for the both of them, because right now Susie's really trying to take care of that herself despite having a really cool secretary, No, I really hope this doesn't happen because I really like the 2 mobsters, hitmen guys that hang out with Susie. They say something is gonna go down with the gangsters that she's hanging out with, and I don't know, I mean, they want Susie to succeed, and I think maybe that, they are willing to push a little bit, but then also, I don't think they're, willing to, push people that are close to Susie, because how they reacted when, Midge was really, antsy about May, they're oh, well, no charge, let me go check out this lady for you, and then they were also really willing to be we ain't messing with them, we're not, as big as we want to be with these guys, so we're out. So then I don't think they're they won't be so bold. So I hope, I like them. Forget their names right now, but I hope that nothing happens with them. But that's someone else's prediction. If you know anything about American, comedian history from, that time period, Lenny Bruce was a real person, and he did in fact die on August 3rd of 1966 of a drug overdose in his home in Hollywood. So people are predicting that Lenny is going to die this season, or his death is going to be put into conversation sometime, or they're gonna have a time jump and she's gonna have to deal with his death in some way, shape, or form. because we were made aware of his addiction when Lenny and him spent that night together. Wow. Where's my document? Okay, now that's only Lenny's individual prediction, so sorry, Lenny. Now, Joel only has just one prediction too, but Joel's prediction is that May will leave the baby with him and just bounce. So I hope that doesn't happen to Joel, because Joel honestly has been like my favorite character for a couple of seasons now. I mean, to be honest, I think Joel is one of like my all-time favorite people, and it's just like, I just don't want to see anything bad happen to Joel. But that's all we got about Joel. But speaking of Joel, May. Let's talk about May's predictions. Some people say that she is going to get a little bit of a backstory this season. Who knows? She's been pretty mysterious since she was introduced. Now, this goes with some of my predictions with May, and we'll talk a little bit about it now. Feel free to talk about it below or in the subreddit, wherever you'd like to put that. She will disappear. I think May's bouncing. I think, right now she's on her way to Chicago right before she had told Joel that she is pregnant, but because she wants to be a doctor and getting to know Joel's family and ex-wife Midge, I don't think she wants that. I don't think she's ready for that. And for the next prediction is that May is probably going to, let's see if I can say this without hurting YouTube's feelings. She's probably gonna go to a professional and say bye-bye baby. And then she'll probably disappear without informing Joel. Because I think if she would have brought that up to Joel, he probably would object to that, just because I think he's just that kind of a man, I suppose. It's also like the early 60s, like how are you supposed to react to something like that? Now this one I found interesting because I didn't think about this, because I either think that she's gonna disappear and say bye-bye baby, but someone thinks she is going to say bye-bye baby and she will pass during the procedure. And I'm like, ooh, that will suck. Some of these predictions, super dark, let me tell ya. There was this one that was like paragraphs long. You'll have to go into the post to where they're just like, everyone, they're going to perish. And then like the people in the comments were like, yo, you need somebody? You need to talk to somebody? Because I don't know if the show's gonna go that direction, but it was a lot of fun to read. All right, personally, I think May's gonna bounce and there will not be a baby after she bounces. So, and I think that maybe it's gonna be like a super cryptic way that she's gonna like skedaddle. Like her parents, maybe something will happen to the Button Club because it is in Chinatown, and a lot of the reasons why Joel has the things he has is because of May. Is she even studying to be a doctor? I mean, she is running around with those books all the time anyway. All right, it's Rose's turn for her predictions. The matchmakers will go to war with Rose. Yeah, I mean, they kind of declared that at the end of season 4. So, but then I almost feel like maybe they're like, you're tough enough. Welcome to the club. Like, how many, there's a million billion people in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, like Staten Island, Long Island. Like, what is it? There's 5 of them? Have Rose come in. Number 6. Share all the people. You can figure it out. And this one like touched my heart. Rose will have her apartment in Paris. It really pained me when they went back to New York. Damn. I hope Rose has all the success, and then with all that success, she can go back to Paris. What if she becomes a matchmaker in Paris? But she doesn't know anybody there. Anyway. This one was really weird too, and I want to hear in the comments for people who have this prediction for Abe for season 5. People keep saying that Abe is going to die. I had a couple of comments saying that Abe's going to die in this season. And I didn't really see any foreshadowing other than him maybe writing that obituary for Moisha. I wouldn't exactly say that's like, I wouldn't call that foreshadowing. I don't know. Maybe. But I don't want Abe to die. That would probably be something to where I'd like get up and I just wouldn't finish the season if they had killed any of the main cast other than Lenny and Midge. I just think that would be silly. Or maybe like, May, but because that kind of makes sense, I suppose. But then even then, why would don't kill nobody that's not supposed to die? Like, how about that? So then that's the only prediction I got for Abe, but weird. All right, let's go into the mixed predictions. So the first one is Midge and Lenny. So let's see. Midge and Lenny are gonna get married and they're going to fight about inviting Joel to the wedding, but Joel doesn't even want to go. Like, so that was someone's prediction. Perfect world, I guess, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. If it does, wow. Like, I don't know. It's just Lenny isn't that a marrying man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, he did it once. And he does have a daughter in real life. That is true. Kitty Bruce. I don't know. Think about Lenny and Midge getting married. Like, you know, just... like, it'd be like a Vegas wedding, I suppose. But then we already had that. Now, this is something that I've kind of been hoping for since season 1. And this is Midge and Joel's prediction, is that they're going to get back together. And I feel like if some of these predictions do happen, like Lenny dying and May disappearing, that might happen again. And like, you know, it might just go like full circle, but then everyone's happy where they were a bit, but where they were physically, but then not like mentally, I suppose. Like, you know, Joel has the button club, and then Midge is doing her talk show or her comedy. She's funny. I feel like I'm coming off as that I hate the show, and I love this show. I've seen every episode probably more than 5 times, at least every episode. Other ones more, like the Catskills, best arc ever. Anyways, so I think Midge and Joel, if it's a happy ending, I suppose, they're either gonna be like, you know, continue co-parenting without significant others, or they're going to get back together. It just feels like it to me. I don't know. But then when the man who plays Joel is interviewed, he kind of talks Joel's character down, like, a lot. So, I don't know. Like, we're supposed to hate him, but he's great. Joel is such a likable guy. I mean, despite the cheating, but then he just is really, like, you know, real. Now for general world predictions. Man, I can't say that. That's all. Yeah. Now for those predictions for the general world. So there was some buzz between the, like, you know, people arguing about the timelines in Marvelous Miss Maisel, but someone did mention in the thread, but they couldn't find it at the time, that there was a casting call for Marvelous Miss Maisel asking for typewriterists or typists in 80s clothing. So there is going to be a time jump. This is a pretty big clue that there's going to be a time jump. Now, this one's kind of cheesy, so I hope it's like not a thing. I don't want this unless they are like comedic geniuses and they can pull it off. The last episode is going to be like a documentary style of like Midge and friends, like within like the universe. And they're all going to be like sitting there in the 80s, and they're going to be like, oh yes, I'm the Marvelous Miss Maisel. Hello. And it says like Marvelous Miss Maisel, age 42. I don't know, like in the corner there. And then everyone goes around and just talks about their experiences about knowing Midge and whatever and stuff like that. They say that Midge is going to be all plastic surgeryed up, and Susie's going to wear a big suit and glasses, which, that's silly. I don't think Midge is going to be that kind of person. I don't know. Silly. Now this prediction got me. There's going to be some sort of killing spree. Was like, you silly in the thread, but I was like, that's fun. So like no other predictions for any of the other characters, so let's hope that they're safe and that they will stay their normal selves within the rest of season 5. So yeah, some people have some pretty dark predictions of this coming season, but you know, let's see the trailer and maybe I will make a video of our new predictions after the trailer. So I guess we'll start a conversation back at the subreddit then. If you're not a part of the subreddit and you are a Marvelous Miss Maisel fan and you just want to, like, you know, go over there, do it. I mean, show's almost over, so I don't know, but then hey, enjoy it while you still can. I've really been loving some of the things and sleuthing on there and reading some of the stuff. I don't post too often, but when I do, like, I really do enjoy it. But again, thank you so much for the wonderful community over there on the subreddit and helping me come up with all of these amazing predictions. But all right, everyone, that is it from me. Like this video if you did. If you didn't, subscribe to me. You'll get more of me. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Mwah. Oh, Olivia.